Good morning. I have another horror story from Sydney, Australia. And then I have a story that just made me laugh so hard. It's about Swedish women. I think Swedish women are the funniest. Yeah, and I will end off with this story from Sweden. First, a horror story. It's about a young guy who got pneumonia. He was sent to hospital, and then he was taken to this place where they treat these cases, not the pneumonia cases, but these other cases. And then there was this nurse. Well, he didn't agree, you see. And then there was this nurse who told him, in private, that you should play along or you will not get out of here. Wow. I mean, what is this? So, and then this guy, he played along. That's what I suppose, but because he got out of there. But he was also talking about how he saw police officers in this hospital holding patients down for the treatment. And if you didn't agree with the diagnosis or the treatment, you could end up in this psychiatric ward. All right, so he got out of there. And this nurse who had been talking to him, she said, I may have saved your life. Right, so what's going on in Sydney? This sounds terrible. Yes, together with all the other stories. What's going on there? It doesn't look good. Right, and I want to tell you this short story from Switzerland. A group of police officers in Switzerland, they wrote a letter to management. And they said, if the measures were to conflict with the general opinion of the population, limiting their fundamental rights, many police officers would no longer be willing to apply them. Yeah, we see more of this, I think. I mean, just look at these police officers in Sydney, in this hospital. How would you feel about doing such a thing? Holding patients down for the treatment. Right. And there was a reaction from management in Switzerland. An officer who refuses to enforce the law can be punished. I think it's starting to tip over. It's too heavy right now. Media, the establishment, the experts, big pharma. It's just too heavy right now. Censorship, everything. Right? But people are starting to move over to the other side. And it's going to tip over at one point. Yeah. All right, so now the story about the funny Swedish women, right? Some of these women here in Sweden, they want to help, especially people from Afghanistan, young Afghanis. Yeah. And they form groups and they talk to each other, these women. And you can find them on social media. It's mostly women. Yeah. And you can find them, of course. And there was this guy from Afghanistan who did find them. His name is Musavi. And he started to send them personal letters, asking them to help. Yeah, he had these sad stories. This guy from Afghanistan, he was deported from Sweden, and now he's back here in Kabul, and he's very poor and he's starving. Please send money, right? And they did, yeah. And another story that he was using was this. He wanted to help some women there in Kabul to open a beauty salon. Right. So he was doing this, and he was getting money from these Swedish women. That's right. And there was this newspaper here in Sweden, mainstream media newspaper, who found this guy, in Kabul. Yeah, they found him. And you know what he did? What he was doing? Yeah, he was building a house. That's right. For himself and his family. big house, 5 stories high. He was there. He was very busy. And they tried to talk to him, and he didn't want to talk to them, really. That's right. They also interviewed one of the Swedish women who was sending him money. Yeah. She collected about $5,000 and sent it to him. Right? And this is what she said. Better that I get cheated once too much, too often, than I get so cold-hearted that I don't want to help. And she also said that she now lost confidence in this guy. Yeah, really. All right. I will not say what I want to say about these women right now. All right. Be good.